Kelly, Director of Housing here at X. You're here at our newly renovated Empowerment Center, which formerly was our transitional housing unit. We've now renovated the basement, we've renovated the upstairs, we are making it into 5 units for chronically homeless personnel who also have a disability. It will be for families and single females. When you walk in, and to the left, you will see our handicap accessible room. We have common areas, which includes our kitchen, our living room, our playroom for the kids, and our dining room. Once you go upstairs, you'll see our 3 family units. Once you come to the lower level, this is where our offices are. We house our case managers here, we have our admin here, we have conference rooms. Outside, you will see that we have a brand new playground for our kids. We're really excited about this. We also have a playhouse that was built on site by Homemade. And you can also thank Homemade for all the renovations within this property. Homemade did a wonderful job. They have been a great partner with us to help us see the vision that we have for this unit. We're hoping that with your help and your donations that they will be furnished and ready to go by the end of the fiscal year, which is June 30th. Because every dollar you give goes back into the community. It goes back into helping these clients to be able to get to where they want and need to be self-sustainable, to take care of themselves, take care of their families, to be able to maybe go out and get jobs and be that type of productive person that they really want to be. We're looking forward to some really big and great things going on.
50 years ago, if you can remember, Prince William was a totally different county. Driving around, what would you see? You'd see farms, you'd see cows and horses. Now what do you see? We've got data centers, high tech, we've got Micron, we've got BAE, we've got Amazon. Prince William County is in the 21st century, and X is moving with it.
I'm Aaron Tolson, and I am the Development Director for X. And I'm excited to tell you about a new program we're going to be launching, but first I want to give you a little bit of the backstory. A few years ago, I saw a documentary about food waste in the world, and I was blown away with the statistics. I just couldn't believe it. About 1/3 of our food, so 33% of our food, ends up being wasted. That's 1.3 billion pounds of food every year. And here in the United States, about 40% of our food ends up in the landfill. That's a loss of $161 billion of revenue every year. But what I also didn't know was that fresh produce in particular that ends up in the landfill creates methane gas as it decomposes. And methane gas is 21 times more powerful than CO2. Our landfills, 20% of the weight is fresh produce. So that's a lot of methane gas being produced by our landfills. And then last year, I was on Facebook and happened to see a post by a friend of mine who used to be a Prince William County public school teacher and had moved back to Pittsburgh. And she posted something about doing a food rescue and had her 2-year-old in the back seat, and it only took her like 25 minutes to do it. And then there was a link to this organization called 412 Food Rescue. In just a few years, they had rescued over 3 million pounds of food in the city of Pittsburgh. They developed an app for your phone to mobilize volunteers. And once there was a match between a donor and a distribution location, the app would actually notify you that there was a food rescue pickup. So it's basically the Uber of food distribution. The average time that a rescue becomes available before someone, a volunteer, food rescue hero, picks it up is only 6 minutes. And the average distance from pickup to drop off is only 5 miles.
I'm Jennifer Oliva. I'm a former teacher from T. Claywood Elementary School. Last year, my family and I moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And while we were running errands on my app, it popped up that there was a rescue nearby, so I clicked that we would accept it. And literally as I'm driving over to this grocery store to save the food, I'm explaining to my daughter about what we were going to do and how there are some people who don't have enough food to eat, and we were going to save food that a store was getting rid of, and we were going to take it to a non-profit where people who need the food would be able to get it. She thought that was really awesome, and she loved seeing the 144 pounds of bread and baked goods in the back of my car. That day, after our quick 25-minute start to finish outing, I decided to post about our experience on Facebook, and I had no idea that it would make such a positive impact to friends in other states like Virginia.
Within the next couple months, we're going to be launching a pilot program for the Prince William Food Rescue Program right here in our region. We're partnering with 412 Food Rescue. Then the folks at Image Church, Potomac Valley Church, they're going to be the first ones to put the app on their phone and kind of make sure the technology is working there as our initial food rescue heroes. Then we'll begin moving out into the rest of the county. And so we've already connected with the folks at Serve, with Haymarket Regional Food Pantry, some other churches that have food pantries, and connecting with folks in Manassas City and also Manassas Park, so we can make sure that we've got some distribution locations throughout the county. We can begin building our network of donors and volunteers to move food in around the county. So I'm really excited about this program, excited about the possibility of both reducing methane gas and environmental impact, and also reducing hunger right here in our community. So I hope that when the app becomes available, you'll become a food rescue hero as well, and help us end hunger right here in the Prince William area.
I know this community is a giving community. It's truly humbling how much the community does support us. But times are tough. You know, the economy is getting better, but that doesn't mean that everybody is getting better. In fact, there's some folks who are really having a very hard time, and they need our support. I'll give you just a quick example. Last year, we paid $221,000 worth of utility bills for folks. These were people who came to us with a disconnection notice. Within 7 days, their power, their heat, or water were going to be turned off or had already been disconnected, and they came to us for help. That's an unfunded program. The only way we can help those folks is if you contribute out of what you have. Everything that we do is for free. We have to help folks with food. We get a lot of donations for food, but there's still things that we have to purchase. If you're hungry, our rule is you get food. If you're in crisis and you come to ACTS, we will help you. We will work with you. Whether it's your kids who need help, whether it's you who are struggling with trauma, we will be there. If your neighbor next door said they had a major problem or in crisis and they needed some help, you'd help. I can tell you your neighbors do need help. You just may not know who they are. Please support us. Invest in ACTS. We make a difference. We know that we help folks. I'm not asking for a handout or just to give us a donation. I'm saying invest in your community. Invest in the good work that ACTS is doing, because it pays dividends. We are changing people's lives.
Thank you for supporting ACTS.
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 Thank you for supporting ACTS.